Comics are the greatest storytelling medium, only second to cinema for me. Collected editions such as Omnibus, Absolute, Gallery Edition, and so forth are my preferred and favorite way to experience these stories. That said, the single issue format is also something that I have a deep love for, and I've been trying to figure out an avenue in which I can speak on them on a weekly basis. So I'm gonna try to do a weekly pull list video and talk about my picks. Although this one comes a little late because I'm covering previous Wednesday's picks, it won't be the case moving forward. With that said, let's get this rolling. All new Venom issue 5. This might be one of the stupidest things Marvel has ever done. MJ is the all new Venom. All right, she's the new Venom. She's the one. And honestly, the idea of MJ being Venom isn't inherently the worst thing in the world. I think it's really more so about the execution. It was really lame and underwhelming. Honestly, it's really just tiring and dumb and pointless. It serves nobody. It's actually a disservice to the character. I feel like MJ is better as who she is. The message they're trying to put out with this character is idiotic to me. They're basically saying MJ as herself is not good enough. So we gotta be doing all of this dumb shit to make it work or make it sensible or important. No, all this is doing is regressing the character further. And listen, I wanna keep reading, all right, because I'm sort of in it now. 5 issues in. I was really enjoying the whole journey. The art is so good. I think the art is what really elevated this entire run for me so far. And I'm gonna see it through and see how I feel ultimately. What is the reasoning behind this direction from MJ's point of view? Because she hates the symbiote, right? So she hates Venom. So why would she even agree to this? I do not know. And we had to figure that out. So I'm curious, even though I really dislike this direction and execution revealed and everything about it, I am curious to know what is the reason behind this thought process by MJ to even allow this to happen. And frankly speaking, if the art wasn't as insane as it is, I would have probably dropped this from this point. But the art is so good that makes me want to, okay, let me just see it through. At least it's pleasant and dynamic to the eyes to just look at this beautiful book. It's simply a horrendously executed idea. That's the bottom line. West Coast Avengers issue 6. I chose to pick this series up because I'm a big fan of Iron Man. He's my favorite Marvel character. So I'm always interested when he's part of a team. I don't pick up every single thing that he's a part of, but this felt interesting. It's been a while since I've gotten to West Coast Avengers, and I like the team setup. I thought it was an interesting dynamic, and Ultron being a part of it, there was a lot of curious prospect to this run. And it started off quite slow for me. I thought it was fine. It was like more of a very stereotypical setup of, putting this team together and creating that voice. But then when the story really picks up, when you really get to experience the foundation in which the story takes place in, the hook was pretty strong for me. So I've been very interested, and so far I've been really enjoying this run. And I was immediately hooked, and I also started enjoying the characters a lot and the dynamic, the conversations, and I really like the story. I really like what they're doing with Ultron and the concept of it. And the covers for this run are incredible. Each cover has been 10 out of 10. So good. And this being the best. The main reason why this really hit hard for me is because we got Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Iron Man going at it. It wasn't like that in the actual book. I mean, there's like a small little fight between the two teams, but it wasn't anything super serious. All right. This was more like a disagreement sort of a fight, but it was pretty cool. But I really like this cover because I'm a big fan of Sam Wilson as Cap, and then you got Iron Man as my favorite Marvel character. I thought this was just really stunning and a beautiful piece, so I had to pick up 2 covers of this. Resurrection Man issue 1. Ron V, you already know, dude's been killing it, and luckily they had this variant cover in the stands, so I had to pick it up. It looks absolutely immaculate. And of course, I picked up the standard cover as well. And god damn, this was incredible. The writing, the concept, the execution, the art, it's super intriguing. It does get a little bit tricky at the end of this first issue, but when you actually think on it and go back and reread a little bit, you get to see what he's trying to go for. It is complex, it is insanely layered, but it's so freaking good. I think everybody should tap into this run because this is going to be special. Absolute Superman issue 6. So this essentially wraps up the first arc of this amazing run so far. Listen, Superman is not only my favorite DC character, he is my favorite superhero of all time. Nobody even comes close. And it may be premature to say this. This has the potential to be top 3, at worst, top 5 best Superman run of all time. That's how good this has been. It's actually quite unbelievable how good this is. The pacing is incredible. It's so smooth yet layered and immersive. You genuinely feel like you're strapped into a whole new experience that is familiar yet refreshing. I really enjoy the back and forth between the origin story and the present timeline. Many writers attempt that concept, but a lot of the time it breaks the pacing because you may be enjoying the present time a lot, and then when they go back to the past, you're not into it. But the way Jason Aaron does it, it's actually quite remarkable. We essentially kind of caught up by the end of this. We still have a lot of questions to be answered and a lot more to experience, but we're at a point where we are somewhat close to meeting in the middle between the past, the present, sort of coming together at this point. But the first arc does give us a complete feel to what this character and this world feels like for Superman. Bottom line, the foundation this Superman is focused on is the actual worth of this character being the champion of the oppressed. And that is the direction, that is the tone, and that is the authenticity in which everything plays out and how Jason Aaron writes the character. Also, the art complements Jason Aaron's writing to its peak. Both of that together has delivered my favorite ongoing title right now. Last but not least, Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, issue 1. God damn, this was next level pure straight fire. I was very hyped for this. The expectations were somewhat in check, but I would say they were still quite high. And from the opening page, you're in it. You're in for something real special, and it delivers in tenfolds. This is an issue 1 of 3. I wish this was a long-running series, but man, I'll take whatever I can get. It's brutal, dark, and powerful. There was one individual that shows up in this book which I did not anticipate. It was absolutely badass. I loved every single thing about this book, and visually it's stunning. The writing is impeccable. This 3-issue run gonna be legendary, I'm telling you right now. Whether you're a Daredevil fan or not, if you're not onto this, get started. With all that being said, guys, those were my pull list of April 2nd, 2025. Hopefully I'll enjoy this, and if you did, hit that thumbs up, share your thoughts on some of these titles if you read it or if you're interested in, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and see y'all on my next one. Salute.